Coaches make their way to half court, excuse me. Both coaches, in many respects, are saying that it's just another basketball game. But they know, the players know, the fans know that there is something extra special about this battle between the two Greek sides, dubbed as the rivalry of eternal enemies. Dimitris Priftis, in his first season as a head coach in the EuroLeague, you can see that it's the first time they have met. But again, Coach Bart Zokas, no stranger to this. And that experience could well prove to be significant, both on the sidelines and from the players that he has at his disposal, who have featured in this rivalry over the years. But again, Yannis Papapetrou spent 5 seasons with Olympiacos, his first professional team, joining Panathinaikos in the summer of 2018. 114 EuroLeague games for Olympiacos. Reached the EuroLeague Championship games in 2015 and 17. So he knows all about this rivalry from both sides of the divide. As for Eftherios Mantzoukas, just 18 years of age, his first season with Panathinaikos. What must he be making of this? The rivalry is no doubt witnessed on television over the years. 15 times they have met in the modern era. And the Reds with a slight advantage, 8-7 in their favor. But of course, all of the glory years, the Final Four face-offs in the 90s, many of these players not even born at that time. But they will be fully aware of the significance of securing bragging rights in this heavyweight basketball matchup. It's all over the floor, and as he goes head-to-head with Papagiannis, the league's leading rebounder, I expect there to be some bruising exchanges beneath the basket as those two face off against one another. Daryl Macon Jr., Lefteris Bokaridis, the two-guard backcourt, and it's Papapetrou and Akaro White, the two forwards rounding out the starting 5 for the home team. Well, these 3 men have got a large responsibility tonight. Daniel Huezuelo, the crew chief of the officials who will take charge of tonight's game. This raucous atmosphere will look to make their life difficult as well. The fans will try to influence every call, and you can guarantee that every call that goes against the Greens, fair or otherwise, will be jeered enthusiastically by these vocal supporters. Well, one of the truisms that can be applied across all sports is that you need to be hot in the heart and cool in the head. This atmosphere will test the temperaments of the most experienced players, who will be able to bring their A games on this magnificent stage. The home team will be, perhaps, as well as being encouraged, maybe feeling the pressure of expectation. The visiting team will have to ensure that they are not intimidated by these fans who are sending the exact opposite of well wishes down from the stands here. Well, it's one of the most keenly anticipated rivalries in all of sports, and after a false start, it's about to get underway. So the latest chapter of the Greek rivalry, the Greek derby between Panathinaikos, Opap Athens and Olympiacos Piraeus is underway. The opening tip controlled by the home team. Strap yourselves in for what could be a ride filled with turbulence between these two arch enemies in terms of club rivalries. Pushed out of bounds by Papanikolaou on the first trip down the floor. Panathinaikos with the end-line possession. Daryl Macon Jr. sees a seam, goes for the right-handed finger roll, couldn't get the finish, and a rebound secured by Thomas Walker. It's Vezenkov who rotates it to Tyler Dorsey. He's operating from the sideline logo, drives down, was double-teamed on the wing. Akara White bits on the shot fake. Sasha Vezenkov's three-point fake has to be respected. Outstanding shooting from Vezenkov, particularly over the recent run of games. 37% from downtown is Sasha Vezenkov for the season. But since round 10, he has been one of the best players in all of the EuroLeague. Walker working the jab step, drives into the lane, kicks back to Papanikolaou, extra pass to Tyler Dorsey, bottom. Tyler Dorsey sinking the three-pointer. He's made multiple three-pointers in 5 of his last 6 games. He's opened his account confidently in that regard by hitting his first field goal attempt of the night. Easy pickings, Tyler Dorsey with the steal. Pulling up in transition, back iron on the shot and gets the shooter's roll. Well, Tyler Dorsey has now made multiple three-pointers in 6 of his last 7 games. How audacious was that? A three-pointer in transition off the back iron with the attempted response of Panathinaikos. Tyler Dorsey with the basketball in his hands, stroking it confidently in his bid to silence the crowd. Front rim on his 3rd three-point attempt. Offensive rebound run down by Walker. They go into Mustafa Foul. Akara White lurking with a double team at the halo. He puts the pass over the head of Akara White. Does foul out of the low post. And then Mustafa Foul called for the foul as he hauled in the offensive rebound. What a start for the visiting team. The first 2 trips down the floor, they come away with maximum triples. There's the push in the back from Mustafa Foul. That's how he secured the rebound, but having done so illegally, he's called for his first foul. So Bokaridis gives it to Papanikolaou all over him. Macon rotates it back to Papapetru. He pulls up for 3. Back iron on the shot. We've spoken of his difficulty shooting the ball from all over the floor, but particularly from deep. Foul against Akara White in a low post. Terrific footwork by Akara White. Now look at him book down the left wing. Papapetru keeps it himself. He runs into an Olympiacos sandwich. Count the basket! What a continuation from the Panathinaikos captain. He drove into a pincer movement and was clamped by a brace of Olympiacos defenders in the form of Thomas Walker and Kostas Papanikolaou. But he powered his way through, put the shot up towards the basket, and the fans behind the backboard were willing its way through the hoop, and it dropped in their favor. Ioannis Papapetru completes the 3-point play to make it a 1-score game. Vezenkov, top of the key, buries it. And Olympiacos not wasting any time in getting good looks at the basket, running the basketball effectively. They give themselves a 5-point lead. What an offensive rebound by Bokaridis, crashing the boards at the offensive end, and draws the foul against Thomas Walker. Now, if that is against Walker, that is going to be his 2nd. And the starting point guard for Olympiacos will no doubt have to take a seat on the bench. Well, he's been left out there at the moment. Panathinaikos will recognize this and could well look to attack him here in a bid to saddle him with 3 fouls. So Daryl Macon Jr. with the turnover. I think it's a carry. Double dribble. Picked up the basketball and put it back down again. The 2nd team turnover. Panathinaikos. So Kostas Lukas rotates it to Vezenkov. Lukas pulling up at the elbow. My goodness, Olympiacos shooting the basketball terrifically. They're perfect from two-point territory, 2 of 2, and 50% from downtown. Their lead is 7, the largest of the game. Daryl Macon Jr. with the response from about 15 feet. Makes it a 5-point lead for Olympiacos. That's a traveling violation committed by Kostas Lukas. So sideline possession for Panathinaikos. Yet to lead in this game. Went down 6 before they knew what had hit them, because the man defending the ball handler, Tyler Dorsey, hit both of his opening 3-point attempts. So Papa Petru using the screen from Bokaridis. Now he's in a low post, turns into a double team set by Mustafa Fall. That means there's a man open. Ball rotated quickly. Daryl Macon Jr. Was that a field goal or an alley-oop attempt? I'm not quite sure which, if I'm being perfectly honest. But it's gone down as a turnover, so one can only assume that it was an attempted pass which didn't go to hand. So second turnover committed by Daryl Macon Jr. And again, turnovers mean that there's a trip down the floor with no shot at the basket. Inside to Foul. One-on-one against Papagiannis. Good left-handed hook off the glass. Kostas Lukas with the offensive board goes back to the dots. Where was the help D? Kostas Lukas able to secure the offensive board, dribble along the baseline, circle his way back around and get to the dots for the short-range, high-percentage J. Kostas Lukas into the game with 4 points of perfect shooting from the field, and it's a 7-point lead for the second time in the game. Timeout on the floor. Olympiacos leading 5-12. So the round 18 game of the week is in the Principality of Monaco as AS Monaco face off against Maccabi Playtika Tel Aviv. Those are the fixtures as we go into the second half of the regular season. And as far as the here and now is concerned, Olympiacos have made a terrific start. Kostas Lukas defending the ball all 94 feet as Bokaridis brings it up. He rotates it to Papa Petru. Daryl Macon Jr. using the screen from Papagiannis. Daryl Macon Jr. rotates it to Akaro White, who briefly looked at the basket before offloading to Papa Petru. He's working the dribble against Vezenkov. Turnaround Jay from just beneath the free throw line is off the mark. Akaro White, what an offensive rebound and stick back, because he didn't just secure the basketball, he powered back up, felt the presence of Mustafa Fall, who's averaging 0.9 blocks per game, and went to the double clutch. So instead of trying to drop it over the rim, just dropped it back down and finished with the underhanded scoop. The deflected pass makes its way to Vezenkov. Kostas Lukas looking to get to the dots once again, applies a pump fake. Oh, that is a big bucket. High basketball IQ being demonstrated by the two-time EuroLeague champion Kostas Lukas. Outstanding play. Watch him get to his preferred spot once again. The step back, the pump fake, absorbs the contact and finishes through it with the mid-range J. He moves to 6 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field, and will now go to the free throw line looking to add one more. Kostas Lukas's free throw numbers are down this campaign, currently shooting at 76% for the season, way down on his 89% average for his career. It was 89% success rate for his career, but he completes the three-point play. and it's an 8-point advantage. Daryl Macon Jr. pulling up over Tyler Dorsey. Front rim on the shot. He remains cold from three-point territory. On that, his first attempt. Remember, 5 of 27 from downtown over his last 6 games. Deep three-pointer from Tyler Dorsey is short, just drops off the front rim into the hands of the league's leading rebounder. Yorgos Papagiannis averaging 8.1 boards per night as Daryl Macon Jr. has his shot blocked by Mustafa Fall, but then on cleanup duty was Yorgos Papagiannis, 61% from two-point territory. And that gives you an idea as to why. High percentage finish on the inside after the shot was deflected. Well, that's like a three-point layup. No communication, no rotation from Panathinaikos, and Tyler Dorsey connects on his third three-pointer of the first quarter. Panathinaikos have yet to make one, 0 of 3 from downtown. That pass deflected out of bounds by the active hands of Kostas Papanikolaou. So Panathinaikos being doubled up, trailing by 9. It's their largest deficit of this game so far. Papagiannis sets the screen, and it was used effectively by Nemanja Nedovic, who has just checked into the game. Instant offense off the bench for Nemanja Nedovic. There you see his average for the season in terms of 3 balls. It makes it a 2-score game. The first three-pointer made by the home team. But remember, they're struggling from downtown this campaign. As Kendrick Perry picks up the mid-range, that was off the mark. Okaro White, well, that's been broken up, but then recovered. Okaro White with footwork and finishing beneath the basket once again. 4 points in the game for Okaro White, both of them high percentage shots. He has showed his touch in and around the basket. The 9-point lead has been reduced down to 4. So Slukas rotates it to Tyler Dorsey, fakes the 3, bowls over Nemanja Nedovic. Papanikolaou from the corner, and he was in his home run trot back to defend his own basket. As soon as he released that ball, he knew it was good from the moment that he released it. Great shooters know that the ball is going in the moment they receive the basketball. And Kostas Papanikolaou showed that type of confidence there. His first field goal attempt of the game, and he stroked it sweetly from the corner. So 7 points the advantage. Olympiacos 4 of 7 from downtown in this first quarter. Kendrick Perry looking to inbound from the sideline. He needs a receiver. Papagiannis fulfills that role. Nedovic sweeping down the lane, but has turned the basketball over. His intention was clear. He was looking to cradle the basketball and just flip it up off the window. But having found the seam and attacked it with aggressive intent, got himself into the gap, but lost control of the rock. Turnover is the result. Panathinaikos now with twice as many turnovers as Olympiacos, 4-2 in that regard. Okaro White rising high. What a terrific deflection once again. His second steal of the first quarter. Kendrick Perry in his secondary break. Floater is good for Kendrick Perry. Hasn't shot the ball well from the field in his first EuroLeague season. You can see his season average has just been increased by 2 percentage points, having made that floater. 30% from two-point territory coming into the game. Tyler Dorsey defended effectively by Kendrick Perry. Rim shot off the mark from Nemanja Nedovic, now 1 of 2 from downtown. So Kostas Slukas orchestrating the half-court offense. He's being defended by Nemanja Nedovic. Slukas using the screen from Foul. Foul sets another one. And then the mid-range J once again from Kostas Slukas, who is torching Panathinaikos Opap Athens here at the Oaka in the first quarter. He's perfect from the field and free throw line for a game-high 9 points. He and Tyler Dorsey equal in that regard. As they go inside to Papagiannis, he couldn't catch it cleanly at the first attempt. Now he's used his dribble, he needs a receiver. Baseline, Jay on the turnaround, front rim on the shot. Kendrick Perry got his hands on it, but just couldn't secure control of the basketball. Terrific effort on the offensive glass from the diminutive Kendrick Perry, shortest athlete on the floor at just 1.85 meters. His activity almost reaping an extra possession for Panathinaikos. But the coach, the fans will appreciate that effort. So Papanikolaou down to the corner. Kostas Lukas fakes the three, gets beneath the dots, kicks it out to the perimeter. That is off the mark, short and off right. As the runaway jam is secured by Ioannis Papapetrou, and that gets the fans to their feet. 2 points on the scoreboard, but it's a play that can energize both fans and athletes. Now, what's the call here? Is it an illegal screen?
Perry called for his first foul as he tried to fight his way through that screen set by Foul. Foul setting a screen once again, now rolling down the lane. Nice catch, puts it up, and that's going to be a trip to the free throw line. A foul committed in the act of shooting. Good recognition by Olympiacos, because after the switch, it was that man, Bokaridis, who was attempting to guard the towering figure of Foul down close to the basket. And that is why he was able to secure the catch up high. Did a terrific job of not bringing the basketball down into the territory of Bokaridis, who is just 1.96 meters tall compared to the 2.18 meter stature of Foul. Foul 67% from the free throw line this season, makes the first. And a perfect trip to the free throw line for Mustafa Foul, his first points of the game. His team lead by 7. So deep into the final quarter, time for a catch and shoot. It's a quarterback pass, but that's a turnover. Dear, oh dear. Another turnover on the total of Panathinaikos Opap Athens. Second one committed by Nemanja Nedovic, adding to the attempted take to the basket when he looked for the finger roll, having found a gap, but only could push the ball out of bounds. So with 1.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter, we have a timeout on the floor. Olympiacos Piraeus, we're looking to draw up an end-of-game scenario in a bid to get themselves a good look at the basket in the closing stages of the first period. Well, Kostas Lukas has been masterful from mid-range, beneath the free throw line, in and around the dots. He has gone a perfect 4 for 4, and then after being fouled on that, Jay went to the free throw line and completed the three-point play. Kostas Lukas, we mentioned that having the temperament to compete in this type of environment could well be a crucial factor, and Kostas Lukas has come out blazing in the first quarter of the Greek derby here. 9 points in the game, joint high scorer with Tyler Dorsey. He is locked in tonight. So 1.1 seconds remain in the first quarter. End line possession for Olympiacos. Time for a catch, dribble and shoot. Turnaround Jay, he's rubbed out. Ioannis Papapetrou and Kostas Papanikolaou going head-to-head on that final play. Papanikolaou coming up empty-handed, solid D by Ioannis Papapetrou. And at the end of 10 minutes of play in the Greek derby here at the Oaka, it is the home team trailing by 7. Panathinaikos Opap Athens 18, Olympiacos Piraeus 25.
some of the highlights from the first quarter, and what a start by Olympiacos Piraeus. On the first 2 trips down the floor, Tyler Dorsey pulled up and hit 3-pointers. Ioannis Papapetrou with the first score for Panathinaikos, a continuation with a terrific finish in transition. Completed the 3-point play as well. Daryl Macon Jr., that was the only field goal of the game, 1 of 4 from the field overall. And how about this for a 3-point play for Kostas Lukas? 1 of 4 2-point field goals secured. Yorgos Papagiannis picking up the pieces on that deflected shot attempt. Tyler Dorsey hitting the corner 3 when there was nobody within 15 feet of him in any direction other than the fans behind him. Kendrick Perry checking into the game, hitting the mid-range floater. Papapetrou running the floor and finishing with the jam to move to 5 points in the game. So the numbers then: 3-point shooting, 4 of 9 for Olympiacos is why they have a 44% clip. In stark contrast, Panathinaikos, Opap Athens 1 for 5, and given the outstanding contribution that he has made, Kostas Lukas, the outstanding performer of the first quarter, 9 points on perfect shooting from the field, along with an assist as well in his 7 minutes on the floor. So the second quarter underway. McKissick. Vezenkov attacks, offloads. Hassan Martin goes up, count the basket. Hassan Martin checking into the game for the first time in the second quarter and putting points on the board immediately. Found with a clever offload, but it was his movement off the ball that got him in such fantastic position and able to evade the swipe of Yorgos Papagiannis to finish beneath the basket. So Hassan Martin completes the 3-point play to open the second quarter. His team with a double-digit lead now, their largest lead of the night. Well, the turnover count, this is Panathinaikos doubling up Olympiacos Piraeus in that unwanted category. Matchup D being played now of the zone variety by Panathinaikos, but it's not rotating enough. Laurent Zaikis off the mark, is now 0 of 2 from downtown, and that one was wide open for Laurent Zaikis. Gonna have to start knocking down those looks. As Shaquille McKissick, well, that's an and one opportunity, surely indeed it is. Shaquille McKissick looking to get 3 the old-fashioned way, the strong drive into the lane. And Panathinaikos, well, the matchup zone being cut to pieces by some accurate passing on the interior. Kendrick Perry called for his second foul. A delightful offload, hooking up Shaquille McKissick as he sliced his way to the bucket. Shaquille McKissick completes the 3-point play, 61% from the free throw line for the season. And that is an 8-0 run, spanning quarters 1 and 2. So 13 points to lead now. Caro White drives baseline, rises high and rams it home with force for the first score of the second quarter for Panathinaikos. It remains a double-digit deficit as Vezenkov, terrific hustle play by Caro White to beat Vezenkov to the loose ball that he created with the deflection. Third steal of the night for Caro White, pump fake up strong, and will go to the free throw line. And Caro White keeping his team in contention almost single-handedly in this second quarter. He secured his 3rd steal of the night, Caro White, and that was after rocking the rim with a two-fisted jam, beating Hassan Martin on the baseline drive. So Akara White, the sole scorer for Panathinaikos in this quarter. 7 of 9 from the free throw line in round 16 in his 9-point total. Struggled from the field, but he's been outstanding from the free throw line so far. This his first EuroLeague campaign, 1 of 2 from the stripe on that occasion. His team down by a double-digit deficit. Vezenkov with the deep three. Oh my goodness, he is stroking it sweetly. Smooth looking set shot for Sasha Vezenkov, and that gives you an idea as to why he is shooting the ball so effectively from long range, but that is countered by Daryl Macon Jr. So Slukas rotates it to Lawrence Zykis, looking for his first three, but he's 0 of 3 from downtown tonight, Lawrence Zykis. Outside of that, Olympiacos now 5 of 12, which is a solid average anyway, as Daryl Macon Jr. gets his way into the lane. Lawrence Zykis rips down the defensive rebound, gets all the way to the opposing free throw line before pulling it back out. Vezenkov has nobody in his vicinity, and again, this is like a shooting drill for Olympiacos here in the Oaka, and despite the best efforts of the fans, Olympiacos are proving difficult to subdue here in the second quarter. They are dominating proceedings in the second period, outscoring their opponents by 7, 12-5 in their favor, and they extend to their largest lead of the game. 14 points is the advantage. Timeout called by Panathinaikos, as they seek to keep themselves within touching distance of their rivals. Well, Olympiacos have scored 5 points in the second quarter. Akara White has got all of them, but moreover, 7 points in the game for Akara White. Perfect shooting from the field, from 2-point territory. 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and 3 steals as well for Akara White. A high scorer for Panathinaikos. Well, the Panathinaikos players, no doubt, getting the word from coach Dimitris Priftis as he tries to draw up a scheme and a set that is going to get them back within single-digit territory here. Akara White already right around his season average, 7 points per game. What is his first season in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Signed from Unix Kazan, where he spent last season. So approaching 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Panathinaikos has put just 5 points on the board. Olympiacos have sunk 12. The man with the hot hand, Akara White, going to work against Papanikolaou. He kicks it out to the perimeter. Daryl Macon Jr. to the edge of the lane. Denied on the inside by Hassan Martin. And that is a 24-second shot clock violation. Terrific half-court D by Olympiacos Piraeus once again. They are the 4th stingiest defense in the EuroLeague, conceding just 72.6 points per night. And you combine that with their 4th leading offensive output of 81 points per night. What an offload! Kostas Slukas with the flashy feed from the perimeter of the no-look variety, and Hassan Martin presented with a gift, able to rise up high and crush it with 2 hands on the jam. Well, it's going to be a trip to the free throw line for Leonidas Kasalaikis, because he was fouled in the act of 3-point shooting. So 3 foul shots to come. Shaquille McKissick called for the foul. That's his first. So 16 points, the deficit So there's the stroke. Ooh, what you can see. Panathinaikos is complaining as we take another look at the highlight reel feed. Excuse me, it was McKissick complaining after grazing Panathinaikos. Foul was called nonetheless. So one more to come, confirming that it was indeed a three-point attempt. Panathinaikos was fouled. 4 of 6 from the free throw line coming into this for the season, and he's made all 3. The lead, which was as large as 16, has been reduced to 13. Approaching 4 minutes gone as Kostas Lukas finds Hassan Martin. The offload to Printezis. What a block on the inside by Yorgos Papagiannis, the 3rd leading shot blocker of the night, then runs the floor and rises up high to complete the alley-oop. Yorgos Papagiannis making his presence felt at both ends of the floor, rubbing out that shot attempt on the defensive end before charging down court like a thoroughbred to complete the alley-oop play and bring the crowd to their feet here at the OACA. Printezis off the mark. Papagiannis with another rebound. Nemanja Nedovic rotates it to Daryl Macon Jr., who's left all alone and bottoms it. And a head of steam being built up by Panathinaikos Opap Athens. Daryl Macon Jr. experiencing this incredible atmosphere for the very first time. And he is locked in from long range after sinking that three-pointer in transition. He's had his difficulties from downtown over the last half dozen games, where he was 5 for 7 in that stretch. But he didn't hesitate on that. His second three-point attempt, his first made 3-ball, moves him to 7 points in the game. And the 16-point advantage created by Olympiacos has been slashed in half, courtesy of this magnificent run being put together by the home team. Timeout on the floor. Well, it was Yorgos Papagiannis who started this run with his shot-blocking prowess and completed the alley-oop at the other end. And there's confirmation of a run. And make it a 6-0 run, but the score was 23. Excuse me, it is an 8-0 run, excuse me, because that bucket was made before the timeout. So it's Hassan Martin, and he takes it back to Slukas. Slukas using the screen from Hassan Martin, kicked it to the wing. Shaquille McKissick. On the drive is Papa Nicolau. That's a creative take to the bucket. Panathinaikos clears the defensive board. Nemanja Nedovic pushing in transition. Look at Daryl Macon Jr. around the baseline to set up as a three-point sniper in the corner. Broken up the alley-oop attempt by Hassan Martin. Papagiannis doesn't like the non-call. He felt that he was fouled. McKissick has used his dribble. Calling for the screen is Slukas. Fighting his way over it is Daryl Macon Jr. Off the mark is Kostas Lukas. 37% from downtown for the season. Finger roll attempted by Nemanja Nedovic, and he will go to the free throw line. Printezis fouling Nedovic in transition. So Nemanja Nedovic to the free throw line for the first time tonight. 86% for the season. From the stripe, higher than his career average of 82%. He's 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and his 18-point total against Barcelona in round 16. Can't find the range on the first. Panathinaikos look to make this a run of 9 points without reply, and they do with that made free throw. So Papanikolaou rotates it to McKissick, who pushes it back to Slukas. Slukas jumping to pass, he finds McKissick. McKissick working the dribble. High rising on the three-pointer is Shaquille McKissick. 31% from downtown for the season. And he sunk that one sweetly enough to remain perfect from all areas of the floor in his 6-point total. He's hit from 2, 3 and the free throw line. And that breaks a run of 9 unanswered points posted. There's miscommunication between Papagiannis and Nemanja Nedovic. Daryl Macon Jr. hustling back to take away the transition opportunity. Nemanja Nedovic with his 5th turnover of the game. And the Panathinaikos total of 9. Lucas just beneath the free throw line, but back out again. Tries to penetrate that avenue once again. He's used his dribble, he needs a receiver. He finds McKissick with a bullet of a bounce pass. Hassan Martin has his shot pinned against the window by Yorgos Papagiannis. The league's 3rd leading shot blocker, making his presence felt on the inside and protecting the rim magnificently. His 2nd block of this quarter. Hassan Martin did very well to collect the feed. Went up for the reverse, but Papagiannis moved his feet magnificently, slid across, and then pinned a shot to the window. And while fighting for the defensive rebound, was fouled in the process. And again, these aren't just plays that show up on the box score statistically. They can have a real effect on the energy of the building and the momentum of the game. So neither team yet in a penalty. 6.5 minutes gone. It's Kasalaikis posting up against Laurent Zykis. He has the basketball now, checks his shoulder. There's an open baseline. Continues to pound his way into the middle. He's mugged on the inside. Who touched it last? And it's another turnover committed by Panathinaikos. That is their 10th of the game. Kasalaikis adamant that he was fouled. I think it was deflected off Papapetru. It was squeezed out of that cluster of hands that were attempting to grab at the basketball. So Laurent Zykis, defended by Daryl Macon Jr. Big screen by Hassan Martin. Hassan Martin fights his way back out to the perimeter. It's Shaquille McKissick with a mismatch in terms of mobility over Papagiannis. He initiated the contact, and that is why it's no foul. You see the official gesticulating in McKissick's direction, that is to get off the court. Papapetru off the mark. McKissick with his characteristic quickness attacking the basket, and denied on the inside by Akaro White as he and Yorgos Papagiannis combined to take away the interior shot attempt of Hassan Martin. Watch Akaro White rise up here and slap that shot away. It will remain Olympiacos possession from the end line. You can see Barzokas thinks it's a foul, but it's a physical Greek derby, this one. So end line possession for the visiting team. 17 seconds were on the clock when they inbounded it. Laurent Zykis driving, tough shot, and gets it to go against Papagiannis. Laurent Zykis with his first field goal of the night, shaken off by the step back. Daryl Macon Jr. off the mark with the three-pointer. He's now 1 of 3 from downtown. So just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. If Panathinaikos could go in down a single-digit deficit, my goodness, that's an audacious 3. Particularly when you're 0 of 3 from downtown prior to that. Laurent Zykis He didn't hesitate. The ball was in his hands, didn't catch it as a shooter. It was a pull-up J effectively, even though really didn't elevate on that jump shot. Perhaps not enough legs on it because it was short. Laurent Zykis short on the jump hook. Back iron on the shot. It's Panathinaikos who was short on the jump hook, excuse me. Now Laurent Zykis looking to defend down in the low post, but Daryl Macon Jr. goes the other way. Now they go inside to Papapetru, kick to the corner. Off the back iron from Panathinaikos, Hassan Martin couldn't secure the defensive rebound, and so it will be Panathinaikos basketball from the end line. So Nemanja Nedovic working against Hassan Martin, crosses him up, lost the handle momentarily, beats him on the dribble. Rescued from another turnover by Jeremy Evans, but again, after working to secure possession, that's another turnover because it's a 24-second shot clock violation. 11 turnovers by Panathinaikos now, 5 in the first quarter, 6 here in the second. In stark contrast, Olympiacos doing an outstanding job taking care of the basketball. 3 turnovers in the first quarter, just 1 here in quarter number 2. Technical foul has been assessed against Dimitris Priftis. That is a technical free throw that Kostas Lukas just hit to put his team up by 13 in a game where they have led by as many as 16. Lukas drives, kicks, Laurent Zykis from deep, and he's short once again, continuing to lay bricks here at the OACA. 36% three-point shooter for his career, but he's not finding the bottom of the basket tonight. 0 of 5 from downtown. Caro White passes out to the perimeter, and Nemanja Nedovic is off right by some distance. Mustafa Fall with the rebound. So negligible difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Foul committed by Jeremy Evans. Panathinaikos still with plenty of fouls to give. It will be sideline possession for the visiting team. Well, it's been an outstanding defensive effort by Olympiacos. And here they have the final possession of the first half. They kick it to Tyler Dorsey. Dorsey from the corner, back iron on the shot. Time to get a shot away. 3-pointer from his own half. He's off the front rim, but close is not good enough. And so at the end of 2 quarters of play, Panathinaikos Opap Athens trailing by a baker's dozen. The halftime score here at the OACA is Panathinaikos Opap Athens 32, Olympiacos Piraeus 45. Olympiacos have never trailed in this game. Panathinaikos hanging tough, but 11 turnovers when compared to the 4 of the visiting team is far too many, and they'll be looking to tighten up in that regard in quarters 3 and 4. That's how things stand with 20 minutes in the book here at the OACA. He's been edged by the Reds by 1. 8-7 in their favor in the modern era. They split road wins last season, and they have split the regular season series in each of the last 4 years. But again, it's a long time until the return fixture. So both teams keen to secure bragging rights in the Greek derby right here in round 17. They won't meet again over at the Peace and Friendship Stadium until round 30. And given the type of season that Panathinaikos are having so far, looking to arrest a two-game slide, remember, having lost that hard-fought fixture against Barcelona last time out, and then against Milan, where they were held to just 54 points. And Milan put 75 on the board. And even though this would be one notch in the W column, the magnitude and the intensity that comes, the magnitude and the intensity of this rivalry could well serve as a spark plug and lead them on a stretch of W's. As Thomas Walkup back into the game to begin this second half. Kostas Papanikolaou missing everything, allowing Okaro White to snare his third defensive rebound. So Nedovic. Papapetru pulls up off the dribble, front rim on the shot. Mustafa Fall with his fourth rebound of the night. Off-range, off-the-mark, long-range efforts to begin the second quarter for both clubs. Walkup down to the baseline. Dorsey. So Sasha Vezenkov beating the shot clock buzzer. That is a big bucket. Sasha Vezenkov with a long-range two-pointer. Terrific shot under a shot clock that was ticking down. Nemanja Nedovic off the mark. Rebound Kostas Papanikolaou. Sasha Vezenkov, the first man to double digits in this fixture. As he remains perfect from the field. That's football. It will be 14 seconds on the shot clock for Olympiacos. So Walkup finds Tyler Dorsey. Dribbles beneath the basket and all the way back out to three-point territory. Working a dribble against Papagiannis, who did a terrific job staying with the lightning quick guard. Papapetru rebounds the off-the-mark three-pointer. And again, look at the example of the visiting team getting to the loose balls first. Tyler Dorsey can't find the range. But again, it's their hustle, their energy, their activity that secures them an extra possession. And Panathinaikos moving around the court as though their feet are encased in concrete here. Everything that is loose, everything that is a 50-50, dare I say it, sometimes a 60-40 in Panathinaikos' favor. It's Olympiacos who are coming up with the basketball. And energy is an intangible that won't show up on the box score. But when they review the film, this portion of play, this second half, will demonstrate the fact that Olympiacos just appear to be more on it. They're more active, they're more alert. Rubbed out on the inside by Papagiannis, his third rejection of the night. And maybe that will serve as a spark plug to get the home team going. They rise up high, and the combination is completed once again. Yorgos Papagiannis with a rejection at one end of the floor before rising high to complete the alley-oop at the other. So whistle on the play. Deficit 13. Just as it was at the half. So Walkup inbound to Vezenkov. Tyler Dorsey operating at the half-court logo, driving on Okaro White. Now, what's the call here? Okaro White going to be called for the reach. So there's the reach from Okaro White. Tyler Dorsey waving his arms to keep him off. White called for his second. Dorsey driving on Papapetru. Kicks it to Papanikolaou. Dorsey into the lane, slicing his way through. And Papagiannis with his 4th rejection of the night, and had a few verbals in the direction of the player who pulled the trigger, letting him know that this is his territory and is a toll to be paid if you hope to enter. 4 rejections on the night for Yorgos Papagiannis, averaging 1.3 swats per night for the season. Nemanja Nedovic pulls up at the dots, off the front rim. He winds up on his rear. Walk up, orchestrating the transition opportunity. They're now in the secondary break. Tyler Dorsey had one intention in mind, and that was to charge at the basket like a bull out of a gate. But so keen was he to get into the lane that he has turned the basketball over. Watch him here, catching it on the run. Like a running back, charging out of the backfield. But that's a turnover committed by Tyler Dorsey, who has been in the thick of the action in this second half, bodying up against Lefterios Bokaridis. Tyler Dorsey may have to take a seat on the bench here. Competitive fire is what you want. And when it spills over, well, that's not helping the team at all. But he's remaining on court. His coach continues to trust him. Tyler Dorsey called for the foul. So if that's walk-up, that's foul number 3. Having picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. There's confirmation. So Bokaridis rotates it to Nemanja Nedovic. Akara White comes to set a screen. And Nedovic went the other way. Nedovic with a wide open 3, and he buries it. Nemanja Nedovic with his second 3-pointer of the night. Now 2 of 5 from downtown. That makes it a 10-point deficit. Having trailed by 15 after Olympiacos scored the opening bucket of the second half. A long-range 2 from Sasha Bezenkov to beat the shot clock buzzer. Here he has it in 3-point territory. Drives, offloads to Papanikolaou. Papanikolaou, that's off right. Rebound Lefteris Bokaridis. So if they could make this a single-digit deficit here, the roof may well come off the Oaka. And providing the punctuation point is Yorgos Papagiannis. 8 points in the game on 4 of 6 shooting from the field. And a 7-0 run fashioned by Panathinaikos Opap Athens has cut the 15-point deficit down to 8. But that 7-0 run curtailed by the Thomas Walkup bucket, his first score of the game. 1 of 4 from the field. Papagiannis in the high post, rotates it back to Bokaridis. Bokaridis shooting the screen from Papagiannis, pulls up for 3, and he strings it. Lefteris Bokaridis in his first action since round 15. 4 of 8 from downtown for the season, and that was a timely bucket indeed. Walk up off the mark. Yorgos Papagiannis with another rebound. 5 in the game now, along with his 8 points and 4 blocks. Akara White faking, looking to work on Thomas Walkup. Nedovic with the 3, back iron on the shot, working the offensive boards as Akara White couldn't guide it home on the attempted tip-in. So Tyler Dorsey desperate to get himself going. The line drive is off the front rim. He's now 3 of 9 from downtown. Tyler Dorsey, all 3 of his 3-pointers coming in the first quarter. Papapetru working against Papanikolaou and getting the basket to go. Remember, those 2 would have been teammates during Papapetru's tenure here with 5 seasons with Olympiacos. Or I say here, I mean at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. And they will have no doubt gone head-to-head in practice on numerous occasions during that span. Papapetru with the finish on the inside to move to 7 points in the game. Reduces the arrears to just 5. Timeout on the floor. Yorgos Papagiannis has been electric at both ends of the floor, blocking shots to protect the paint, rocking the rim at the offensive end, finishing with high percentage shots. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocks on efficient shooting from the field for Papagiannis. Well, a terrific effort at both ends of the floor by Panathinaikos. Opap Athens sees them dominating this first half of the third quarter. Approaching 6 minutes gone, they've put 12 points on the board while limiting Olympiacos to just 4 third quarter points. Thomas Walkup playing with 3 fouls, and that is how they've done it. A 12-2 run since Olympiacos put the first score on the board to begin this third quarter. Double team applied down in the low post. Thomas Walkup for 3, front rim on the shot. Fantastic offensive rebound by Mustafa Fall. Vezenkov for 3 off the back iron. Rebound secured by Papagiannis, but he's bobbled it out of bounds. But it was pushed out of bounds. So make that another defensive rebound for Yorgos Papagiannis. Did he ever have possession? It was Thomas Walkup who poked it away. So Nedovic jumping to pass. Oh, that's a terrific line drive alley-oop feed completed by that man once again. Yorgos Papagiannis with 10 points in the game. 5 helpers from the man Nedovic. And so many of them have been finished in and around the rim by Yorgos Papagiannis. It's a 1-score game here at the Oaka. Panathinaikos right back in this one. Well, that foul is being called on Bokaridis, and that's his 4th, trying to fight his way through screens. So Slukas gives it to Vezenkov. Back to Slukas. Laurentzaikis for 3. Well, I think that is a shot that Panathinaikos will live with, because Giannoulis Laurentzaikis is now 0 of 6 from downtown tonight. A 36% three-point shooter for his career. Not finding any rhythm, range or flow on his attempted 3 balls here at the Oaka. Mid-range J was a tough shot attempted by Papa Petru, was defended tightly. Couldn't find the finish. Remember, Panathinaikos have never led. Bokaridis playing with 4 fouls. The flat pass goes to Thomas Walkup, who is all alone from 3. But he sees his 3-pointer clang off the rim for the 4th time tonight. He's 0 of 4 from downtown. Slapped away by Mustafa Fall, denying that interior shot attempt by Nemanja Nedovic. And the bigs doing an outstanding job protecting the paint and ensuring that nothing easy is given up. Nice use of the screen from Kostas Lukas. Oh, what a release valve. Kostas Lukas with his first 3-pointer of the night leads all scorers with 13 points in the game. He has just missed just once all night long. Having made that trifecta, he's now 1 of 2 from downtown. Caro White, hesitation dribble, drives strong, goes glass off the mark. Papagiannis with an offensive rebound, his 2nd offensive board of the night. Nemanja Nedovic checking the clock, gets to the free throw line. Everybody left the basketball. Bokaridis from the sideline, logo, and he buries it. 2 out of 2 from downtown for Lefteris Bokaridis. Playing with 4 fouls, he brings his team back to within 3 once again. So Slukas finds Laurentzaikis. Spin move will be finished with a jam. That is outstanding low post play from Mustafa Fall. Reaching for the defender with his rear, felt the contact, spun away from it with the baseline pirouette, and powered home a two-fisted flush to put his team up by 6. Nedovic, top of the key, driving on Fall, and evades the block shot. Took a shot to the head as Fall was reaching from behind, trying to pin the shot to the window. Nedovic did an outstanding job getting his field goal attempt away, but couldn't avoid taking that shot on his head. So closing seconds of what has been an outstanding third quarter for the home team. Slukas has his pass broken up, looking for the three for the corner once again. Comes up empty, does Lauren Zykis. The three-quarter court three-pointer launched. Bokaridis couldn't find the range, but make no mistake, the pair of three-pointers that he sunk during that third quarter are a key part of the reason why Panathinaikos dominated that period by a 10-point margin. They outscored Olympiacos 19 points to 9, and that is why they are right back into this fixture. They trail by just 3. So some of the highlights from the third quarter. That was the first score to beat the shot clock buzzer from Sasha Vezenkov. Yorgos Papagiannis with 10 points in the game, along with 8 rebounds. Nemanja Nedovic, 9 points in the game, 2 of 6 from downtown. Lefteris Bokaridis was 2 out of 2 from deep in three-point territory, and that was an extraordinary line drive alley-oop feed. And this was a three-pointer from Kostas Lukas, which snapped a 14-2 run put together by Panathinaikos to get themselves back to within 3. Then Lefteris Bokaridis sinking another 3 to bring his team back to within 3 points. Mustafa Fall with the baseline spin and jam before a finish from Panathinaikos brings them back to within a single score. Olympiacos' three-point percentage has plummeted. They were 4 of 9 from downtown in the first quarter, 33% or thereabouts at 7 of 20 through the half. The outstanding performer of the third quarter, Yorgos Papagiannis, who was so active at both ends of the floor. So Olympiacos Piraeus 1 of 10 from downtown in that third quarter. So the fourth quarter underway. Kendrick Perry off long and right. Slukas taking his time by the half-court logo. Plenty of motion away from the basketball. McKissick, corner 3 is bottom. Shaquille McKissick, 2 of 4 from downtown in his 9-point total. As Nemanja Nedovic pulling up off the dribble, goes glass. Did he call it? Makes no odds. The outcome is the same. Nemanja Nedovic, 3 of 7 from downtown now for a 43% clip. A big basket to begin the fourth quarter. So off the iron, ran down by Sasha Vezenkov. Shaquille McKissick checking the clock, attacking the lane, goes up strong, absorbs the contact, calling for and one, and getting it to go against one of the best shot blockers in the EuroLeague. Papagiannis has challenged shots magnificently tonight, but McKissick, with his quickness and control, able to beat Papagiannis on the drive, finish through the contact. And now we'll go to the free throw line, looking to make it 2 3-pointers in a row. 1 from the field, but he can't complete the 3-point play. Rebound number 9 for Papagiannis. So Yorgos Papagiannis jumping to pass. He finds Papapetru long and off right. Rebound secured by Olympiacos through Laurentzaikis. So Slukas. Miscommunication between Slukas and McKissick. McKissick was going back door. Slukas put the pass to the wing where McKissick originally was. So Panathinaikos doing an outstanding job taking care of the basketball in the third quarter, committing just one turnover. Perry to the high post, line drive is off the back iron. Is that an offensive rebound? No, it's an offensive foul against Papagiannis. He's pleading his case, but it's going to fall on deaf ears. Oh, wow. Has that gone against Papagiannis? My goodness. I think if you're a part of the big man brotherhood, well, that's all fair in the battle for the boards, isn't it? Call has gone against Papagiannis, who's saying, well, look, he's the man who initiated the hook by locking my arm in between the crook of his elbow. No matter, the call will stand. Slukas with the tiptoe dribble, working the basketball. Hassan Martin down the lane. Vezenkov into the lane, finds Hassan Martin. Terrific, intricate ball movement on the interior. Sasha Vezenkov jumping to pass and finding Hassan Martin, who moves to 7 points in the game on efficient shooting from the field. Basketball, a game of runs, of course. Panathinaikos doing an outstanding job to dominate the third quarter, 19 points to 9. And they've used an awful lot of energy to do that. And they want to make it more than a run. They want to make it their sustained reality in this Greek derby. As we go into the fourth quarter, Hassan Martin called for his second foul, but a lead that had been reduced to just 3. He's now back up at 7 as Nemanja Nedovic goes glass once again. Terrific angles from the wing, from both 3 and 2-point territory, and it's a double-double of 10 points and 10 rebounds for Yorgos Papagiannis. 3 offensive rebounds. His third offensive rebound took him to that double-digit rebound margin. He's had at least 5 rebounds in 14 of his last 15 games now, and the way he's gobbled up the glass tonight gives you an idea as to why he is the #1 rebounder in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. So Vezenkov pushes it back out to Laurentzaikis. Now, what's the call here? It's going to be a foul against Nemanja Nedovic. That's his first. So Caro White checking back into the game. So the inbound pass from Laurentzaikis into Sasha Vezenkov. Now it's McKissick handling. There's a switch. And it's McKissick working against the Caro White. Hesitation, stutter step dribble, goes down the lane and gets it to go. Can afford a broad smile because he twisted up a Caro White there to get himself free. What a spark plug he has been. What a reception from Yorgos Papagiannis. 12 points in the game now, and a high percentage of those 12 points have come on alley-oop feeds. 12 points and 10 rebounds for Yorgos Papagiannis, his team trailing by 5. McKissick working the dribble once again, giving himself running room. Caro White down low in his defensive stance. Step back 3. Oh, that's a tough bucket. Akara White contesting the shot aggressively. And Shaquille McKissick hyped and red hot here in the third quarter. 16 points in the game for Shaquille McKissick. And he has exploded here in quarter number 3, hitting from all over the floor, filling it up from downtown, slicing his way to the basket. And he has given his team an 8-point lead, timeout on the floor. So the 7 days magic moment features Yorgos Papagiannis, who started a break with a rejection at the defensive end, raced down court and converted a two-fisted alley-oop slam on the feed from Darryl Macon Jr. Yorgos Papagiannis in the thick of it at both the defensive end and the offensive end. Corner post of the 7 days magic moment, where he was fed the assist from Darryl Macon Jr. So Bokaridis defended by Dorsey. Coro White, standstill 3, back iron on the shot. Poked away by Darryl Macon Jr., but Kostas Lukas able to ultimately secure control. Vezenkov finds McKissick. Defended by Nemanja Nedovic, pulls it back out to three-point territory. Caro White picks up defensive duties. Now there's a mismatch down low. Vezenkov out to Tyler Dorsey. Hassan Martin has bobbled the basketball out of bounds, and he's looking at his hands and saying, how could you fail me now? 8th turnover committed by Olympiacos. Second one of this fourth quarter. So Nedovic offloads to Darryl Macon Jr. Pulls the trigger from downtown. Tyler Dorsey secured the defensive rebound. Spin move in the open court. Darryl Macon Jr. running with him, but Tyler Dorsey finishing at the window, practically coast to coast after securing the defensive board. Olympiacos is a leading scorer, moves to 11 points in the game. Nemanja Nedovic asking for a foul. Now, has he been too forceful in his request? Because he is hot out here on the floor. I think he's been hit with a technical, and there's confirmation. You can see why he's asking for the foul. But again, technical foul, will see a free throw awarded to Olympiacos. So McKissick on the drive, slapped away by Yorgos Papagiannis, his 5th block of the game. Nemanja Nedovic pulls the trigger, draws iron. Now what's the call? Is it a foul on the ground? And will it be a trip to the free throw line? Sasha Vezenkov made the technical free throw to give his team this 9-point lead. Take him to 11 points in the game. He's defending the ball handler now, creating room with the step back is Darryl Macon Jr. taken off the rim by Hassan Martin. Hassan Martin with his 6th rebound of the game. After dominating the fourth quarter, Panathinaikos have been held to just 9 points, while Olympiacos have put 15 on the board. Sasha Vezenkov looking off Hassan Martin, and why wouldn't you when you can shoot the basketball like that? Sasha Vezenkov remaining perfect from downtown. 14 points in the game, 3 of 3 from three-point territory tonight. And his team up by 12 once again. As we've said on numerous occasions, basketball, a game of runs. Panathinaikos put a terrific one together during their dominant stretch in the third quarter. But now it's Olympiacos' turn to make a run, and Panathinaikos have got to keep themselves in contention and hope that they can summon one. Points without reply is what is required for Panathinaikos in the remaining 3 minutes of this fixture. Again, just 9 points on the board in the fourth quarter with practically 7 minutes gone. Nemanja Nedovic driving, kicking to Akaro White. Standstill three is off the front rim. We've got a whistle on the play, but Akaro White, for all of his influence, activity and effective effort in the first half, is now 0 of 3 from downtown tonight. Remember, he missed his only three-point attempt in round 16 against Barcelona here last week. Here's confirmation, a 2-9 scoring run in favor of Olympiacos. Slukas drives, kicks to the wing. McKissick working the jab step. He has it poked away by Papapetru. But the clock very much Olympiacos' friend. Next foul will put both sides, the next foul for either side will put them in the penalty. Timeout on the floor. 4.9 seconds remaining on this possession, and so far in quarter number 4, Panathinaikos being doubled up to the tune of 9 points to 18. Well, as we take a look at the bar chart, that is confirmation that Olympiacos Piraeus have never trailed in this game. They have led by as many as 16 at 23-39 in the second quarter. They led by 15 at the start of the third when they put the first basket on the board to increase the halftime score from 32-45 to 32-47. Panathinaikos battled back magnificently, using a 14-2 run to get themselves back to within 3 on a couple of occasions at 46-43 and 49-52 and 51-54. But that's as close as they have got. It's a three-pointer off the mark. Rebound secured defensively by Bokaridis. Nemanja Nedovic pushing hard, trying a fancy feed to Yorgos Papagiannis, and he's the person to touch it last. So that's going to be another turnover committed by Panathinaikos. 6 turnovers committed now by Nemanja Nedovic, taking the contact and getting the shot away, which will result in a trip to the free throw line, is Nemanja Nedovic. Coming up with the steal, Yorgos Papagiannis. So Nemanja Nedovic off the mark with the first. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Gets it back to 50% in his team high 17-point total, his game high 17-point total. So Vezenkov doesn't look at the quick three because, again, with just 2.5 minutes to play, the clock is very much the friend of Olympiacos and the foe of Panathinaikos. They hang it up inside for Mustafa foul. Oh my goodness, he's blown the interior layup, and that is why he's got his head in his hands as he makes his way back down court. When you're 2.18 meters tall and you catch the ball there, tear the rim down. And Mustafa foul does that as well as anybody in EuroLeague. He opted for delicacy there as Akaro White commits the turnover. Tyler Dorsey with the pick, his second steal of the night. So Yorgos Papagiannis called for the foul. That is his fourth. He and Bokaridis playing with 4 fouls. And Olympiacos doing an outstanding job to bounce back from the difficult quarter they had offensively in the third, to both outscore and indeed shackle Panathinaikos in the fourth, locking them down to just 10 fourth quarter points with practically 8 minutes gone in the period. While the shot chart, both teams stone cold from the wing of three-point territory. Olympiacos hot from the left side, but not the best shooting night. And as for Panathinaikos, well, you can see blue across three-point territory in its entirety. Outstanding percentages from the lane and on the left side of two-point territory. Panathinaikos 6 of 25 from downtown tonight. Olympiacos Piraeus 11 of 34 from three-point range. For a 32% clip from downtown. So Tyler Dorsey to the free throw line. His first trip to the stripe tonight. And he makes both. Well, it's going to require something from the realm of the miraculous, one suspects now, for Panathinaikos to prevail in this Greek derby. Seen stranger things happen in the game of basketball. Points can be put on the board in a hurry, trailing by a 13-point deficit in a quarter where they haven't been shooting the basketball well, particularly from downtown. Well, it's difficult to see where the points are going to come from, but make no mistake, Daryl Macon Jr. can get hot and has unlimited range as they hang it up for Papagiannis once again, but that is not going to help their cause. Another turnover committed by Panathinaikos. That is their 14th turnover of the game. Sasha Vezenkov fakes the three, looks to back down Nemanja Nedovic. Kostas Lukas with the corner three, and he strings it sweetly. And he knows that bucket could well prove to be the one that ices this game. Skip back to the timeout that was called by Coach Dimitris Priftis. Less than 2 minutes to play here at the OACA, and Olympiacos Piraeus have equaled their largest lead of the night. They are up by 16 and are dominating this final stanza. The worst possible combination for Panathinaikos, a turnover committed on the attempted alley-oop feed from Daryl Macon Jr. to Yorgos Papagiannis. That's a trip down the floor without a shot at the basket effectively, because it was a feed that Daryl Macon Jr. was attempting to find. And then Olympiacos come down the other end of the floor. Beautifully executed half-court offense. And that man, Kostas Lukas, connects on his second three-pointer of the night. 16 points in the game, his team joint high scorer along with Shaquille McKissick. And that is why they are up by a 16-point margin. Well, the Panathinaikos faithful have never given up on their players here tonight. A night where they have never led. But the support remains as strong and as enthusiastic as ever. So Daryl Macon Jr. not picking the ball up until around, bobbled its way to around half court. That's when the clock started. Catching and shooting is Nemanja Nedovic, and that has missed by a mile. Air ball from Nemanja Nedovic. And that about sums up Panathinaikos' night from downtown. 6 of 26 from three-point territory as a team. Simply not going to get it done at this level. 23%. As Tyler Dorsey attacks the space. Yorgos Papagiannis secures the defensive rebound, beating Mustafa Fall to the basketball from his advantageous position. Hesitation dribble into the lane. Nemanja Nedovic recovers it, kicks it to the perimeter. Kasalaikis looking to back down. Inside to Yorgos Papagiannis, who rises high to move to 14 points in the game on 7 of 9 shooting. It's been an outstanding night statistically. It's going to be in a losing effort as Olympiacos milking the clock. Kissick off the mark. Again, they get themselves another possession with an offensive rebound, and then it's going to be a trip to the free throw line for Shaquille McKissick. 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight in his bid to become the game's leading scorer outright. Currently tied in that regard for his team with Kostas Lukas. If he makes both of these, we'll see him pass Nemanja Nedovic, who has scored 17 points for Panathinaikos. So Shaquille McKissick leads all scorers with 18 points in the game. His team with a 16-point lead once again. So Daryl Macon Jr. working against Tyler Dorsey. Pulls up from 3, back iron on the shot. Tyler Dorsey finishing at the offensive end. Daryl Macon Jr. 1 of 5 from downtown tonight. So baskets being exchanged in garbage time here at the OACA. Oh, Tyler Dorsey. Oh, that's cruel. And that's why he's hearing it from the crowd. But these athletes are cold-blooded. Took the opportunity to pad his stats, did Tyler Dorsey. And making his 4th three-pointer of the night. Makes this an even more comprehensive victory for Olympiacos Piraeus. A 19-point demolition has been posted by the Reds in the latest installment of this fiercely contested rivalry. At the conclusion of this edition of the Greek Derby, it is Olympiacos Piraeus who have come into the OACA and taken the W and bragging rights that come for the victors of this particular domestic encounter in the EuroLeague. Final score from the OACA in what was a bit of a one-way beatdown is Panathinaikos Opap Athens 65, Olympiacos Piraeus 84 in a game where they never trailed.